those charges. So yesterday was a terrorist. Now it's ammunition. There's no ammunition actually. Let me say this. It's very important we stop being sensational, because that's what the government wants to do. They want to arrest me, then investigate. They should investigate and arrest. They came to my office without any cause. They found nothing. They came to my home. They found nothing. Now they have manufactured some charge sheet. And even as you could see in court, my lawyers were pleading with them and with the court to tell the police not to arrest me again, because the idea was I get released, when I come out, arrest me again. Because what they want to do is break my spirit, but you cannot break my spirit. The only way you're gonna break me is if you kill me. But even if I die, I'm not. Ideas don't die. Yeah. So the revolution will go on. Yes. Thank you so much.
SPM Buzz.
Thank you, man.
Boni.
Oh man. So I found guys wearing shoes in my house. I'm like, why are you wearing shoes in my house? They're police officers. So they surrounded me, and I had to tell them by the way, I cannot breathe. Allow me to breathe, because all over again I had the Tanzanian PTSD, what happened to me in Tanzania. I told them to allow me to sit down. I tried to breathe, focus on my breathing. Then I could breathe. Said, why are you here? I said, oh, you're arresting me for terrorism. Like, terrorism? Are you actually joking? Said, no, we're serious. So they took my phone, it was in my pocket. They took my phone, took other phones in the house, laptops. They went through every single room in our home and confiscated my journals and my notebooks. And then they said I'm under arrest. And they told me you're coming to Nairobi, DCI headquarters. So we are driving to Nairobi. Then I saw them going to my office. When I got to the office, I found Mr. Keith, and he had a search warrant. And they went on to search my office. I think my lawyer should share with you my search warrant, and was saying that there's money in my office. I'm handling lots of money. I'm paying people. I was like, okay, you're welcome to my office. Do a search, which they did. They found nothing. All along so I was arrested at Lukenya. When I got to the office, they said, you're not under arrest. They're just going to search your office, then we'll let you go. Then after they searched, they said, oh, no, you're under arrest. I'm like, for what? They said terrorism. I said, I'm not a terrorist, but I know who he is, to Ruto. Yeah, that's what actually happened.
And what do you think of the charges that have been brought?
So I think, so the truth is, our president is scared. He's scared of young people, because young people are organizing by themselves. They're going to the streets, they're demanding better. So our president thinks that people are being paid to go to the streets. And they think I'm the financier. So when they went to my bank account, there was no money. So they thought I have money in, like I have a safe. I don't even have a safe in my home or even in my office. I don't even own a gun. I don't carry guns. I don't own any weapons. So they thought I had money in the office. If you look at the search warrant, that they have information that I use Mageuzi to distribute money to goons. I have never worked with goons my entire life. The people that I've worked with my entire life are actually present here. The guys who are singing in court, I know every single one of them. And so they're here. And none of us is a terrorist. So the president thinks the anger against his government is manufactured and people are being paid. People hate Ruto for free. No one needs any reason to be paid to hate Ruto, because Ruto has become the worst of the worst. For the first time in history, for a long, long time, Kenya has political prisoners as young as 18. Kids who went to the streets, even 16, 14 years old, went to the streets to protest for better Kenya. Then they were arrested and then charged with terrorism. Kids have been shot in their homes. 12-year-old girl watching TV in their family home, killed. So the anger actually is very genuine. And not only, so the anger started with young people. Gen Z was like, Ruto, you promised us jobs, there are no jobs. But now the anger has gone beyond Gen Z. The parents, millennial, my son is 18. My son is already radicalized. Here, today, there's a young man called Joseph. Who is Joseph? Joseph Shagala. Joseph left. Joseph's brother was murdered on June 25th. He's radicalized. Simba, where is Simba? Simba is his brother was murdered. So every time he kills people, people get radicalized. That's what he's failing to understand. Every time you arrest one people, you radicalize 100 people. Yes. just focus on remaining 2 years of your term and then go, because there's nothing in this world that is going to save Ruto's presidency. He's a one-term president. There's nothing. And I can guarantee you, he's going to be the first president in the history of this country who will leave State House and go straight to jail.
Yes.
They'll be arrested.
Yes.
And he's very afraid of that. So I know for sure what Murkomen and Ruto want to do to me, and I'll say this without fear. They want to give me a bad name so they can kill me. But let me tell you the truth is, if you smell the air right now, change is coming, and you cannot stop change. Yeah, and let me tell you, you can never kill an idea whose time has come, and the idea for Ruto to leave power has come. And you can never undo Ruto must go. Yes. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. We say this in our homes. We say this in our churches. We say this in our pubs. We say this even when we're having sex. Ruto must go. We are tired. Any other question?
I want to really appreciate the lawyers that have come out in large numbers and they have really fought for us. But I also want to say that it's not just for us. It's not for Boni and Njeri that this fight is for. It's for the Constitution of Kenya. All those young people that have been put behind bars, that are being charged with the same charges, like Wakili said, we must defend our Constitution. If Ruto wants to be the ODPP, then he should become the ODPP. Otherwise, let the courts do their jobs, and he should lead this country, which he has failed to do. So he needs to step aside and let this country be run with the institutions. I said in the morning that I really was hoping that the courts would do what they're supposed to do. And I'm glad that they have been able to stand on their own. The surety is just means that if Boniface fails to come to court, then we would be forced to pay that money. So it's just a guarantee that we will make sure, because if he doesn't come, then we will be charged with that, which is a good thing. It didn't need to be that high, but it means that Boni is free to go. We've also been assured that he will not be rearrested. I was also very afraid of that. But because the courts have said as much, then I expect that he will be free, that we will go home, and we don't need to be looking over our shoulders. We will definitely be locking our gates because they just drove right through. But the Constitution must be upheld. We must continue to ensure that this Constitution is upheld at every level, every Kenyan, everywhere. This Constitution has got your back. So we must ensure that we come out in large numbers every time the Constitution is violated, so that we make sure that it continues to cover us for years to come. And it's the same Constitution that will jail Ruto and all those cronies of his.
Thank you. Today's decision is a triumph win against tyranny, against impunity, against the use of state apparatus to manipulate, to cajole, twist, and intimidate those people who hold a contra view to what Mr. William Ruto and his regime holds. It's a win in the sense that we have been able to demystify that you cannot use the Terror Act, Anti-Terror Act, to silence genuine and dissident voices. The courts have also come out strongly in defense of the Constitution, as indicated by Article 3, that we all have the responsibility, the duty, and the power to uphold and protect the Constitution from abrogation. The overthrow of a Constitution does not just rise on a one day. It begins in piecemeal, in segments. Then at the end of the day, you realize that you do not have the Constitution that you once held high, and consider that you once sought for leverage from. It begins the way Mr. William Ruto is doing. He overthrows one right, one by one. So you realize at the end of the day, the entire Constitution has been abrogated. You have heard them saying that they're not even going to do, they will not await a process of a free, fair, and credible elections. You have heard them say they are going to rig the election. That is how our country loses its Constitution. We are therefore here in defense of this Constitution, as you can see, flagged by all these fellow freedom fighters and liberators, to make sure that our Constitution remains intact from clause 1 to clause 260. None of it that we shall allow to be abrogated by Mr. William Ruto. The judiciary is out in defense. Today they have admitted Boniface Mwangi to a free bond. That's a free bond, because they have realized that Mr. William Ruto is using the system to cajole the dissident voices. But what surprises us most is the ineptness, the inefficiency of the office of the ODPP. That office of the ODPP ought to be called out. They are the ones who are responsible of this trump of charges. They are the ones who are encouraging the abrogation and the violation of the Constitution by sustaining such kind of aggressive violation and aggressive pursuit of the people who do not agree with Mr. William Ruto. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are more than them. He has to jail and charge everybody the offense of terrorism, the 50 million of us, because we do not agree with what he's doing. We do not agree with the mismanagement of the country. We do not agree with the misgovernance of the country. We do not agree with the violation of the Constitution. We do not agree to the violation of the rule of law. We do not agree to the humiliation and embarrassment and intimidation of freedom fighters and liberators. So today is a win for the Kenyan people. It's a win for us, and we are telling him we'll be here next time you arrest any other person. Utatupata hapa hapa. Yeah. Application that was done by DCI. And when I'm addressing this malicious prosecution, malicious publication, I'm addressing Amin himself because he's responsible of that institution. Yesterday, they issued a publication that Boniface Mwangi is a terrorist. We have made an application, the court has granted us leave to make a formal application to summon Amin himself to come and explain to the court the basis upon which they issued such a publication. We are looking forward to cross-examining him because we must hold him to account. It is required of him to exercise high professionalism when executing his functions and his duties. So we are asking him to pull down that false, malicious, and untrue publication about Boniface Mwangi. He's not a terrorist. There is no offense of terrorism that has been preferred against him by the prosecution, and therefore the continuous remaining of that publication is a violation of Mr. Mwangi's rights. If it is not going to be pulled down within today, we are going to take personal actions against Amin himself. There is no one who is above the law. Yes. Not the DCI, not Mr. William Ruto, not Mr. Kindiki. We are all equal before the law. We are subject to the Constitution. The Constitution is the one that is supreme. So we are warning you, Mr. Amin, you must pull down that particular publication. It is damaging. It is damaging. It is malicious because you have not charged Mr. Mwangi with any offense of terrorism. Why should that publication continue to remain on your page if you're not being malicious?
Today is a big win for the Constitution of Kenya. It's a big win for Boniface Mwangi. It's a big win for human rights defenders across this country. The courts have pronounced themselves that activists are not terrorists. They couldn't even somehow come up with even the simplest of charges related to terrorism. So this is something that we must celebrate, that the Constitution has won today. And we just want to say this. Kenyans know who the goons are. Kenyans know who support goons and vandalism in this country. We see them every day. They walk step by step with them. You know, they protect them as they vandalize and as they loot. They share in the proceeds of the loot and the vandalism. Kenyans know this. It's all over. So let the state stop using or misusing the ODPP and the courts to silence dissent, to silence criticism, and to silence democracy. And our assurance to Kenyans is that this will not deter us. We are not intimidated at all, and we shall continue to push for change.
What Boni has done for this country. He has suffered long enough, and now it's time for us to back Boni, to start with Boni. And so I myself, to give my opinion, I'm not happy with the judgment that has been given by the magistrates. 1 million Kenyan shillings is a hefty and unreasonable cash bail for a human rights defenders. It means that the courts, our judges, our magistrates are on the side of the oppressors. I mean, their intention is to silence human rights defenders. Their intention is to silence those who are coming out to speak against this system that is so cruel, that is so barbaric, that is killing our people, our our children. I mean, I don't know how we get out of this, but we need to get out of this very, very quickly, Kenyans. And we are doomed if you are not going to unite, if you are not going to speak with one voice, if you are not going to liberate, including all our institutions, including the judiciary, which I believe are institutions which still hold colonial legacies. That is why we are suffering, because we are being led by institutions and by people who are still holding colonial legacies in Africa. That is our problem. Kenyans, if we do not wake up our minds, liberate our minds, it will be so bad for us. Going ahead, it will be so bad. I'm telling you, I'm not hiding you. Police will continue killing us because colonial police killings is a colonial vestige. It's rooted in colonialism. So we must address these issues once and for all. And the political class, the whole lot of them, they must go. They must go. There's no negotiation about that. We will not compromise with murderers anymore.
Okay, and we also want to say that human. Let me make the statement.
My name is Marian Kasina. I'm a human rights activist here in Kenya, and the government needs to be seriously ashamed of what they are doing to genuine patriots and criminalizing human rights defenders of this country by calling us terrorists. And we are saying we are not terrorists. The government knows who are the terrorists. The government understands who are the criminals. The government understands who are the goons that are attacking peaceful protesters when they are going to the protest, when they are demanding for their rights, which is a constitutional right. So we are saying we are not going to be silenced, that we are going to soldier on, na tunakuja.
Okay. Yeah, and also we want to tell the government that human rights activists are not terrorists.
Yeah.
So this intimidation must stop. Arresting Boniface and trying to intimidate human rights defenders. We are not going to allow this. And we are saying that Kenya is a democracy. Defending human rights, it's part of our constitution. So calling human rights defenders terrorists is not the right thing. And with the human rights defenders, we will continue defending the rights of our citizens, and we shall not be intimidated.
Yes.
So to Ruto, to Murkomen, to DCI, and to everybody who is misusing police to try and sell fear to us, we want to tell them we will not stop, and we shall keep defending the rights of our citizens. Thank you.
SPM Buzz.